Royals fans, I'm Chris McPherson, and welcome to the season finale of Crunch Time, presented by Lay's Kettle Cooked. My special guest to round things up this year, defensive end Brandon Bair. Brandon, welcome to the show. First and foremost.
Thank you.
Brandon, I have to ask you, should we call you Papa Bear? Since you have 3 girls at home, what did you do to end up with 3 girls in the house?
I got married when I was, a sophomore in college, and I don't know what happened. I just think I'm blessed to end up
It's
with
a good
3
way
girls.
to put it.
Yeah.
That's why you always end up working around the team.
Yeah.
So you have the team laid out.
Yep, there you go.
Brandon, how special has this season been for you? You've been in the league since 2011, but you're looking with this Sunday's game to play all 16 games for the first time in your career. How special has this year been for you personally?
Well, it's obviously a great opportunity to play in the NFL, and I've been around the league for 4 years, and this is my first time playing. So it's neat. It's great for me to be able to feel what it's actually like. There's like, oh, it's football. It can't be any different. But you learn different techniques when you're actually on the field versus that are practice situations you never get. But for me personally, it's more a great experience to be able to be with the guys out there. The guys that I've worked so hard with all throughout the off season, through the spring. Normally, I get to work really hard with these guys, but I never get a chance to go and participate in, I guess, the award, of all your hard work. So it's great just to be out with the guys on the D-line and the defense and working hard together.
So, Brandon, you put all this hard work in individually. What was it like? Because the last time you played the Giants, you recorded the first sack of your career.
Good point. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while. Yeah. It's been the Giants game since I got the last one too. But it's coming back full circle to the Giants game. I'm not too. I don't really think about that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. It's just whatever happens. I have no idea what my stats are. I haven't looked at anything. I have no idea. I don't even know. I just play. Play. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to play football.
And help the team win. Now, Brandon, you are one of the most fascinating guys off the football field, and that's just because you have 3 daughters. But, you're a straight shooter, but you actually have a prize-winning bull.
Correct.
No bull? Really?
Correct. I do have a bull.
I don't know any other players who have a bull, to say the least. So how did you end up?
Well, I've got cattle. I grew up on a farm in Idaho, and I purchased some cows, and one of them just, when she had her calf, he almost died. And so it was kind of a fun story to think about, because I was out there all night long, from 1 in the morning trying to keep this calf alive, because it was freezing that night and it was really cold, and I did all these measures to warm this calf back up and keep it alive, and then it was basically crossing your fingers to see if that calf lived through the night. And he made it. He ended up being a bull, and he was a registered cow, which normally we don't have registered, cows. But when I purchased,
what does that mean?
Basically,
I did not. You need to say, I did not grow up on a farm. So
well, you've got I guess you could compare it to like dogs. You got your breeds that are just more like a mutt, just kind of your best friend. The dogs that are there, but in terms of a value on that animal, they're not really worth a lot if you were to try to breed them and sell their offspring. Same thing with cattle.
So it's a
purebred. It's registered, got papers on it, and so I raised this bull up just as gonna have a bull, and some girl asked if she could show him in 4-H, a high school kid, a couple years ago, and so I said, I'll provide the animal, you do all the training and teach him to lead and do all that stuff. And she did all the hard work. She put this bull through the shows, and he won grand champion at a couple of them and did great. So he's a prize-winning bull that I have. Yeah.
All right, so Brandon, you're from Idaho.
Correct.
You went to school in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like being in Philadelphia?
it's a whole different world. You know, I mean, it's obviously not the West Coast anymore, and obviously not Idaho. I mean,
Yes.
my first time ever taking a train to work was, you know, here in Philadelphia. That's unheard of where I'm at. If you can't get your car to work, you get on the horse and ride it to work where I'm from. So it's just a whole different world.
Are you kidding with that, by the way, or are you serious with that?
No, I've seen people, including my dad, ride their horse into town before. So, you know, I mean, it happens, but you prefer to use the car. In the winter, we take the snowmobiles because sometimes the roads aren't plowed.
Makes sense.
That's what it is, you know. But being out here on the West Coast, I love it. I really do. It's a great, like the neighborhoods are just. I'm over in New Jersey, and the tight-knit neighborhoods that we live in, they're just their own little communities. So it's kind of got a small town feel, even amongst, you know, big community, big area.
All right, so Brandon, being a big defensive lineman, being new in Philadelphia, you've explored the cheesesteak.
Absolutely.
Could you rank your favorite ones? I'm putting you on the spot a little bit here. So
To be honest, my favorite ones, and I don't know if I should say this or not.
You can say whatever. Say it.
I like the little stands up there by Liberty Bell. I just go to one of the little stands up there on the side of the curb. And
The food carts.
Exactly. I think those are my favorite ones. Absolutely.
They're usually the best ones.
Yeah.
That's a good call on that one. So you mentioned about, you know, the need to drive when you're in Idaho and sometimes not able to. You have a car dealership.
I do.
So in essence, you're a car salesman.
I'm a dealer. I'm a dealer. I'm not a salesman. I'm not on the lot selling cars. But I do.
You don't want to be associated with it, I guess.
Well, you know, I mean, there's always that negative invitation of, you know, you're a car salesman. I'm not that way. I provide people with a better means of transportation.
And how did that come about for you?
I was a sophomore in college, and basically I got a car off of a buddy, and I was gonna put it in like a crash derby. If you've ever seen those or heard of those in Idaho, you know
We have heard of those. Yes,
they do those all the time.
we have Monster Jam out here.
Yeah,
So we've had it before. Okay.
So it was a '74 Cadillac Eldorado, old car, huge boat, and basically when I decided I couldn't really get it all the way to Idaho from Oregon, I'm a college student, I didn't have the means or anything. I just fixed it up a little bit and sold it, and made some money on it.
So you said, you know what, we got a business here.
You know, this isn't too bad. Then I bought a motorcycle that was broken off of a teammate, fixed it up, sold it, and I was like, all right, looked into it. So I actually looked into what it takes to get a dealership in Oregon. Went through the schooling, got licensed, bonded, insured, got a lot squared away, and started my own dealership, and I've been had it ever since.
What's the name of the dealership?
High Point Auto.
And what's the reason for the name of that? We've delved into the media guide bio.
I was gonna say, okay, so there, where I grew up, because we have cattle, we do the cattle drives. It's up in the mountains. There's a mountain called High Point. And it's just kind of a special mountain for me. My dad used to take me up to the top of that mountain, and you can see everything. It just has some really great memories. I proposed to my wife on top of this mountain. It's called High Point. So then I was like, you know what? I'm starting the dealership. We'll call it High Point Auto.
Such a romantic.
You know, do what I can.
Defensive Brandon Bair, our special guest on this week's edition of Lay's Kettle Cooked presents Crunch Time. I'm Chris McPherson. Thanks for joining us on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. Lay's Kettle Cooked jalapeno potato chips are kettle cooked in small batches and are combined with the fiery wallop of real jalapenos to give you that extra crunch and mouth-watering flavor.